Hi, everyone. This is Jess with Whispers of Grace Healing. I am here to bring a message to our Divine Feminine collective. There seems to be a lot of enormous push for us to make some changes. We feel it, right? It's a lot with the solar plexus and the heart and cultivating more abundance in our life, more meaning, more purpose, and to have the environment that supports that, especially within our relationships. And I feel like so many of us have been conditioned to give our power away and thinking that it's our source of happiness or our completion is outside of us. And spirit always has a way of bringing me back to the reality of what's really going on outside of our physical existence. And anytime that I'm challenged, or especially being in a new relationship, I'll be honest with y'all because I am human. I'm living this humanly experience. And sometimes the old habits, the old patterns, and the mindsets come in, right? And we have to catch ourselves, because I've noticed that due to my old ways of being and the old conditioning, right? The way that my mind works, I tend to get sucked into people's lives and forget about what's going on in my own. And I started adapting to other people's energies, lifestyles, their behaviors, and like being an empath, I really have to be careful of that. And so, especially when you are around people who, okay, let me put it this way, because this is going to be for the divine feminines who have already gone through some sort of awakening process. And most of you who are following my channel are already on that path. You already have some sort of awareness that things need to change, right? And so if you've already gone through your process of becoming more aware and conscious of your life and the choices that you're making, then this message is for you, okay? Because so many of us have lived in a victim mindset, have been in traumatic and abusive relationships of all kinds. We have given our power away to so many different people, and now we're being asked to call all of that back. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that, thank you, Nelson. Thank you for that. Beautiful blessing. You have no idea how much that's needed right now. But so many of us have been conditioned to believe that, and I've been hearing this too, that men and women are unequal. In some instances, yes, that may be true. But the true beauty between divine feminine and divine masculine, it's not about what one can do and the other can't, because that's the balance that both of us bring to the table. And when you have two counterparts that fluidly function together, you literally complete both halves that are needed, right? And I think so many of us are used to allowing or putting our masculines in the leadership role to where we forget to assume the responsibility of our own lives. And then we get so caught up on making sure that our masculines are so taken care of that we forget to take care of ourselves. And this is where the imbalance comes in. Okay. A lot of us get caught up on relationships that have no reciprocation. And I've been guilty of this as well. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been sick for a while. But I think we forget where our power is. And that's my point. I'm not going to make this about divine masculine versus divine feminine, because that's not the point. Excuse me, guys. But the masculines have been programmed just as bad as we have. Okay. And I've noticed that there's been a lot of opportunity for separation, aggression, frustration. And I think the divine feminine forgets just how powerful the conscious choice of realigning with love is. Okay. And if we get too caught up in the distorted masculine's shadow, right? Because we can be in a very healthy relationship and most of the time it's golden, but no matter what, all of us still have shadow to work with, right? And we have to allow it to come up, because when you are in a healthy partnership, you look at it together, you heal it together, but you first have to do the process. You have to take the time for yourself enough to know what is even triggering you and what the problem is, so that you can come to your masculine and both of you are creating a safe space for each other to say, I hear you, I feel you, I see you, we're going to work on this, right? It's not a battle of ego. And I think that's where we get tripped up, because we so desperately want to be right. We so desperately want our side to be seen. And there's like, we get so here that we're not looking at the bigger picture. Your energy alone, divine feminine, creates opportunity. And there's so much craziness going on in this world. Trust that there is enough to make anyone go mad if you look at it hard enough. But how many people do we have in this world saying, instead of look at that fear, look at this love. Look at this heart. Look at these beautiful moments. Look at this creation that we've done together to cultivate joy, to cultivate presence, right? Like, this is such a crucial time for you to understand that your ability to show up however you want in this world can either lead to destruction, can cultivate destruction and feed destruction, or it can heal. It can persevere. It can create miracles out of thin air. It can pull someone from the depths of their own despair out into the world of seeing God everywhere. It can cure. Guys, that is some powerful stuff. And it's by having discernment, choosing wisely what we're allowing in our life, being strong in our truth, and our own convictions. How are we showing up in life? What are we doing to be in service? Not only to the world, but to ourselves, right? I went and wrote my resolutions for next year, and I noticed a big theme: dedication. What do I choose to be dedicated to this coming year? Where have I fallen short this year? And moving into this new phase that I know is happening, and I'm right in the middle of it. How it's going to happen, I have no idea, but I can tell you there's going to be a lot of changes with my business. Honestly, I don't know if I want to read tarot anymore. A lot of the themes that are going around in the tarot society, I don't necessarily agree with. I feel like there are more important things we should be focusing on. But I still want to be in service. Well, what does that look like? It can look like whatever I want it to. And I don't need someone else coming into my life to tell me what that should look like. I can have someone inspire that, right? But I don't need anyone in my life to say, this is okay to do, that this is the route you should take. Any of it. That is up to us. So remember, your energy, your process. Y'all, I swear, this has been happening a lot lately, where I get on just start acting crazy. So I apologize. I've been trying to take the time to rest and to get better. But I'll say that a lot of this got triggered for me the other day. And, I had to really stop. And that's the thing too, the stillness, right? Create stillness for yourself. So sorry to be doing this on camera, guys. But listen, I haven't been on in like 2 weeks. These messages need to come out. That's not dedication. I don't know what is. And it is. These messages have to come out. So, with that being said, we can either continue to give in to the distorted image of relationships and love, and, that love's a battlefield and we can't trust anybody, and, whatever the case may be. Like, it's all limiting beliefs. But when you know you're worth fighting for, and you have someone on the other side of you that you want to fight for, right? Understand that this is a life that you're creating with someone, and it takes both parties to do diligent effort in making sure that that relationship succeeds. Now, that could be anybody, because everyone in your life is a mirror and a piece of the puzzle for your life. So, but when it comes to romantic relationships, these are people that we hope to have a future with, and we get so caught up with the expectations and details and all these things. And if someone happens to show humanness or any form of weakness, we want to start pointing blame. We want to bring people down a notch. We start getting cold feet and wanting to run, and all these things. But a lot of us aren't even speaking up about what's really bothering us because we don't even know what the fuck is bothering us. And I think it's important to realize that you are the creator. If it weren't for the divine feminine, and that's where it really comes in, because I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and you know, so many of the divine feminines are so focused on the divine masculine that we keep losing track of what the divine feminine's main cause is here. And it's actually to bring so much love, so much compassion, walking in the image of God, to bring the masculine back to the truth, right? We can't make them, we can't force them, but we can hold their hand through it. We can say, I can love you through the messy bits, but don't think that I'm going to enable you to continue in your distorted ways, right? Say, I love you and I believe in you and I'm not going to take this personal. This has nothing to do with me. But first you have to be in tune with yourself. You have to be in acceptance of yourself, so that when these triggers come up and these obstacles come forth, you can be so rooted to say, okay, well, first I've looked at myself to see if I was projecting, if I am part of the problem, what can I do to make it differently? Because I created stillness. I asked myself and my guides for guidance. I received my guidance. Now I can look at it from a fresh pair of perspective, and I can come at you with a full heart and say, I still love you. Okay? And the beautiful thing about being in the student and teacher role, right? Because that's how we stay fluid, is asking the right questions. Guys, we can get so wrapped up in the details, but I thank Kevin for this so much, because he asked the right questions. Even in this moment, do you like me? Do you love me? And asking them back and forth, right? To like really be looking at each other and say, do you like me? Well, do you like me? And giving honest answers, right? Do you love me? Yes. Do you fully understand me? No, not all the time. That's okay, right? Do you trust that we can get through this together? Yes. Do you believe that I am as much as your equal as you've ever come across? Yes. Okay? The mirrors are super strong right now. And if you ask the right questions, you will gain a lot, and there he is, and a lot more confidence of where your relationship stands. Okay? So, a lot of, okay, I'm going to go through my process because my messages and my connection with spirit comes in many different forms. So when I need that stillness, when I need that time, I need guidance, right? But I feel like my emotions are too distorted to go into meditation. I allow spirit to guide me however they need to. There's no right or wrong way with this. And I just ask, what do I need to hear in this moment? Because that morning, before everything happened, I was on the phone with my dad, and for some reason, I felt like I needed to pick up my Find Your Goddess book. And I picked it up, and I turned it to the page, and they were warning me. They were warning me shit was about to get uncomfortable, and I had two options. I could either feed into the bullshit and cause destruction, or I could lean into love and heal. Those were my choices. Had no idea what they were warning me about, but I came back to it later that evening. when I said, okay, this is really uncomfortable and I got to deal with this. I got to figure out, like, what am I actually feeling and what do I need to know at this moment? Go back to what I read. Like, ooh, they were trying to warn me. They were trying to say, Jess, stay out of your fucking ego. Okay? Because this is not a time of destruction. This is a time of understanding, getting to the root of the problem, and supporting your fucking family. That's what it is. So I go through my process and said, okay, I know I need more. What do I need? Give me, right? Give me the information I need. So the first goddess that came up was Sekhmet, right? And so there's a lot of lioness energy, and this is that destruction and the power and being able to know that you can either go on a rampage and get drunk with negativity, or you can bring it back in and remember that your power resides within you and you have the choice every single day. Okay? So once I understood that that power of destruction or healing could happen, all right, so what do I need to bring this back to? They bring up Isis. Okay? And her virtues are, because of her devotion to Osiris, Isis is considered the ideal wife. Her ability to bring her husband back to life and conceive a child with him indicates her magical skill and regenerative power. You have the ability to regenerate any circumstance you find yourself in that you might feel as a lost cause, or you've already gone too damn far with your words and your projections. How do I bring this back? You always can, because you come back to love. Okay? Because we hold the key to immortality, because the divine feminine knows the truth of the soul. The more we lean into the truth of the soul and our connection with source, all of this, it's like a whirlpool, man. It naturally pulls people in. Okay? She holds the key to immortality, and mythology tells us the tears that Isis cried over the death of her husband were so copious that they caused the Nile to overflow each year. This annual flooding, which enables crops to grow, is another symbol as her role as a fertility goddess. So you have all that you need to create the abundance that you want. The more you cultivate joy and love, the more you're going to see it. Okay? As the goddess of marriage, Isis can help you handle relationship problems, especially those related to devotion, fidelity, and renewal. Dedicate a special time each week to do something with your partner that you both enjoy. Celebrate your relationship in small ways often. Remind our masculines why we fell in love with them in the first place, instead of constantly pointing out their flaws. Make a list of the good things in your relationship and share it with your partner. In addition, Isis teaches that women not to be subservient to their mates. Rather, they possess the magic to nurture what's important, create what's essential, and repair what's been damaged on their own. As a mother goddess, Isis encourages you to nourish, protect, and inspire the child within. What gifts have you been neglecting? What are you grieving? What's preventing your happiness or success? And in meditation, imagine magnificent wings sprouting from your shoulder blades. Ask Isis to help you spread your wings and fly high. Because in Isis' story, her wings were so powerful that she actually breathed life back into her husband to bring him back for a night, because her brother murdered him. and did everything that he could to make sure he did not have a proper burial. She did what she could to make sure that her husband was there, just enough to create a child that his bloodline could keep going on. Like, that's a whole, thing. But that's the point of devotion, right? So with that being said, that's what was presented to me, and it made me realize that yes, my masculine is supposed to be my protector here in the physical world, but with the ability and the awareness that I have, I'm protecting him from much more than he can physically see. And it is my role to protect his heart, to protect this family, to be a beacon of hope and inspiration, to cultivate love everywhere. And no matter how messy it gets, to bring it back to that love. Okay. So then I was brought to When Soulmates Unite by Christina Renee Joubert. And my dad actually brought her to my awareness. But I want to share with you something that she wrote to her future husband. And I feel like a lot of the divine feminines who are going to watch this are going to resonate with this and what we are trying to cultivate within our relationships to have successful, meaningful connections. Okay. So she wrote this September 9th in 2016, a love letter to the universe and to myself. For my future husband, there are some things I want you to consider as you contemplate a life with me. If I am right for you and if you are right for me. Dear future husband, our lives will be extraordinary. We'll have a beautiful family with a loving, kind, safe, predictable, and peaceful home. We'll be amazing parents and raise extraordinary children. Dear future husband, I am a visionary, which means I envision the world in which I want to live, and I imagine the role I will play in creating said world. Being a visionary is written into my DNA. It is a part of who I am. Part of loving me means accepting that my visions are how I see the future, how my purpose in this life will manifest, and that all of my visions are real. I'll need you to believe in me and my dreams, no matter how brazen, big, or bold my dreams and visions are. They are a part of me, and they are a part of the good of our family and all of humanity. I need you to believe from the inside out. Dear future husband, I am going to change the world and the way in which we love. Learn to love, react to love, and connect to love, and stay connected to love. And I am going to need your help in fulfilling that mission and my purpose, passion in this life. I am going to need you to help me lead the world by example, teaching the world about love through our commitment and ability to love each other without conditions and stay connected to ourselves and one another. Loving me and choosing to spend a life with me means that you're accepting this reality and this responsibility. Because I'm telling you, I will, honey. And I will change the world, and we will do it together. Dear future husband, life with me will rarely be boring or mundane. I am dramatic in every way. I laugh with reckless abandon. I love with my whole heart. I am opinionated and not afraid to voice my opinion. I believe with every fiber of my being. I speak my truth even if it hurts. I desire to learn more, grow more, and laugh more. And I honor everyone with fierce determination, commitment, and love. I'm dynamic, and part of being my husband means that you adore my strength of character. You respect my perseverance. You crave my constant laughter, and you appreciate my big, bold, beautiful, honest heart. Dear future husband, one of the hazards of being a visionary is that sometimes I need help remembering that although I'm a visionary with big dreams, big goals, and big aspirations, I'm also a mere mortal with human priorities, responsibilities, and feelings. To strike my balance between the two, I've learned the techniques that work for me to simultaneously ground and inspire myself. I've learned how to balance my energy, and I'll continue to refine those skills. Despite my big dreams, my goal is to live a balanced life while honoring myself, changing the world, and being the best mom and wife a family and husband could ever have. If there's anyone who can do it all with relative ease and immense personal pleasure, it's me. I need you, my future husband, to believe in that, to believe in my commitment to you and our family, and to believe in me. Dear future husband, I'm not going to lie. Life with me may sometimes be exhausting. I'm not sure there are many folks who can keep up with me, and I wanted you to know that you don't have to keep up. As long as you can keep an open heart and an open mind, we'll grow and adapt to our changing energies, shedding what no longer works, and changing environments and energetic frequencies with relative ease. You needn't know what any of that means except to say keeping an open heart will allow you to receive love. Remember our love and have trust and faith in our love. Your open mind will allow you to let go of fear, judgment, and negativity and allow more room for love, and faith will fill space in between. It may sound crazy, esoteric, and hard, but essentially it means that you simply have to love, trust, and let the current, the tide of our energetic flow, heal us and keep us connected. That's it. The magic of love will do the rest. Easier said than done, I know, but I believe. Dear future husband, it's likely that the professional life I envision for myself will be rather demanding, but it will also be fulfilling, meaningful, purposeful, compassionate, and loving. I will build strong boundaries that protect me, us, and our family. Our time together, our ability to be present and show up for one another. I will need your help in determining what our boundaries look like and revising our boundaries with us time and family time as we change and our family changes. But I promise that no matter how successful I become, I will also always be a part of tucking our babies in at night, joining on school field trips, cuddling for adult time with you, and dreaming of new ways we can honor each other and our family. Dear future husband, I will need you to show up for our family, be able to stay connected to yourself, me, and our children. We will need you to honor yourself so that you can honor us. We will need you to be able to be present and stay present. We will need to be able to depend on you and your consistent love. We will need to know that you're taking care of yourself, making good, healthy choices so that you can help take care of us and so we can trust you always will. Dear future husband, I need you to know that I see, hear, feel, and receive information from spirit, from the other side. I also see, hear, feel, and receive information from the living, the souls and spirits of people. I have psychic abilities, and I have a very, very strong and powerful connection to the universal energies, to the soul energies of the living, and to all things spiritual. And although I have learned new techniques to intentionally read people, I have chosen to only use my gift to receive the information I need to heal myself and to heal others. I have also learned how to put boundaries around my gift so that it doesn't drain me, take from me, or take from us and our family. I know you may not receive information the same way or be as attuned to it, but I need you to believe that I do receive information and that it's real. It's a part of me, my choices, my personal healing, my ability to heal others, how I love and how I love through the world. It's my compass, my directional force. My connection to spirit is an incredibly important part of me, perhaps the very most important part of me. It's where the power of my faith and my ability to believe in all things possible comes from. It's the source of my ability to love without conditions. It's the source of my patience and acceptance of what is. It's the source of my purpose, my grace, and my humanity. It's what allows me to forgive and accept others for who they are. And I'll need you to believe in this most important part of me. It is what makes me. And my dear future husband, as long as you stay connected to yourself, I will always know how and where to find you. Thus, I will always be able to stay connected to you. We will always be united in love and partnership if we're firmly connected to ourselves as individuals. Now, my love, as your future wife, I will love you with the kind of unconditional love that most have never felt. As your future wife, I promise to always stay connected to myself so that you'll be able to stay connected to me. As your future wife, I will honor and cherish you as you honor and cherish yourself. As your future wife, I will not placate you. I will not lie to you. I promise. As your future wife, I will be a strong partner. I will ask for help when I need it, accept help even when I don't need it, and have my hands open to receive. As your future wife, I will allow you to offer your gifts and I will accept them with gratitude, an abundance of love, and a trust that they are coming from the right place in you. As your future wife, I will continue to be the giver that I am and offer my gifts to you from the right place within me. As your future wife, I will hold you, touch you, see you, and hear you with intention. I will kiss you often and with great personal pleasure. I will choose you every day. As your future wife, I will surrender to our love and the power it has to heal us, and change the world. I will not try to control our love. Instead, I will let our love guide us. As your future wife, I will not control your journey or your feelings. I will let you feel what you need to, even if what you feel is uncomfortable or painful. I will not rescue you, but should you ask for my help, I will gladly help. It would be my honor and my privilege. As your future wife and the mother of our children, I will honor our family and our children, and I promise that no matter how much I achieve, I am no role model, and it all means nothing if I am not the mother and wife I want to be and have promised to be. A mother and wife who shows up for herself and her family, is present and engaged, and is loving and loves without conditions. As your future wife, I am fallible, and I will make mistakes. I'm human. I will own my mistakes. I will apologize for my mistakes, and I will ask for your forgiveness just as I will forgive you. As your future wife, I want you to know that I will support your dreams no matter how big or small they may be. Supporting your dreams means supporting you and meeting you where you are on your individual journey on behalf of our collective whole. As your future wife, I want you to know that I think you are an extraordinary human being. I believe in your potential to accomplish anything you set your mind to. I believe in the power of your presence and your gifts to heal both yourself and others. I believe in your strength and the content of your character. I believe in your ability to love yourself, honor yourself, and care for yourself. I believe in your ability to love, honor, and care for me and our family. I believe in your ability to change what you do not like about yourself and heal your life. So, dear future husband, you now know all about me. You've read my truth, what I love about me, what I value about me, the life I lead and the life I will lead, what I need for my partner, my husband, what I want for my family, my children, and what I promise you'll receive from me as your wife and mother of our children. You get to determine if this is the life you want to lead, a life you can lead, and if I am the person you want to lead and live your life with. I would love to know, and will need to know, what I should consider about you as I contemplate a life with you. I will need to know about your life, the life you want to lead, your future, your lifestyle, your wants and needs, your dreams, the kind of husband you promise to be, and the kind of father you promise to be, the kind of partner you need in your life, and what you need from your wife. Until, may our love bless us always. That's the realest letter I've ever read. And one that hits so close to home for me personally. And I feel like for a lot of the divine feminines that are tired of the same old game and refuse to play it. So when we start asking the right questions and we really look at what we want, and now that hearing that, what does that make you feel, guys? Does it put in perspective of what we've been focusing on is really just, I don't even want to say it's bullshit because it's not. But how much have we been consciously choosing a low vibrational thought or pattern and have just let it run away, that it's stolen so much joy out of our present moment? Bring it back. Okay? But the choice is yours. So let's pull a Divine Feminine card. See how are we going to tie all this in together, guys? So I cannot make this up, guys. Double confirmation. Okay? Let's read her out of the book real quick. Okay. So virtues. Mythology tells us that in addition to being a warrior, Sekhmet also possessed great healing power. Her priests and priestesses served as physicians and midwives. She could unleash a plague on those who wronged her or cure the sick with life-saving medicines she devised. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, she portrayed as both a creator and a destroyer goddess. Sekhmet is well known for her fiery nature, courage, and willingness to take and protect what's hers. A frightening deity dubbed Lady of Terror, this fearless hunter displays cunning, stealth, and ruthlessness. However, she also embodies dignity and grace. Often she's depicted holding an akna, symbol of life, and sometimes wearing a headdress around which a deadly cobra coils. A scepter of papyrus signifies her power in Lower Egypt. One of her closest relationships in the Egyptian pantheon is with Maat, goddess of justice and balance, which Sekhmet protects. Thus, it seems her wrath is not random or unwarranted. Indeed, it may be necessary in order to maintain balance between heaven and earth. So, when you're manifesting her power, when you feel weak, frightened, or vulnerable, call upon Sekhmet to give you the confidence to face your fears. Dress in red, the color of the heart, and assertiveness to remind yourself of the goddess's courage and your own. She urges you to be brave and follow your heart. Understand that you are in control of your choices. Just as she could cure or cause illness, you too have the power to bring good into your life or to allow destructive energies to take over. Only you can make that determination. At night, drink a glass of red wine or pomegranate juice in her honor and think about how to pursue your path in life. She can also show you how to wield power with dignity. Create a collage with pictures that represent leadership to you, and be sure to include a lion in your design. While you work, ask Sekhmet to teach you stealth, cunning, and leadership skills. So let's see what they have to say in the book here. But this is how they do it. I mean, it's all over the place, but there's a method to my madness. I can't make it up. So she says, I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Who is she? Sekhmet represents the sacred rage that keeps us protected and reminds the world of the pure strength of female power. Sekhmet is an Egyptian warrior goddess depicted with the head of a lioness and the body of a woman. The lion was considered the fiercest hunter in Egypt and a sign of protection. She is the daughter of the sun god Ra. The red solar disk that she wears indicates that she is a solar deity. She is known as the powerful one, the Red Lady, she who mauls, and the one before whom evil trembles. The ancient Egyptians held rituals at the end of war and at the beginning of each new year to tame the wrath of Sekhmet. They would play music, drink beer that was dyed with pomegranate juice, and dress all of the Sekhmet statues in red. It was believed that the inebriation would lull the goddess into a stupor and end her destruction. Sekhmet was a powerful guardian and protector of the pharaoh. She was called on during times of war and considered to be a goddess of divine retribution. So when you select this card, holy rage, sacred anger, and positive aggression, these states of being are crucial aspects of the divine feminine. It's the female power that ends wars, that brings home missing children, that seeks justice for the earth and for those who can't defend themselves. The brilliant artist and mystic William Blake relates that the voice of honest indignation is the voice of God. The feminine has for too long been disassociated from rage and anger. If we can't embody the fiery emotion of anger, it often festers or expresses itself in subversive, manipulative ways, or it leaves us anxious and frustrated. Positive aggression, acting with love on behalf of what breaks our heart or enrages us, is what allows us to become agents of change to better our lives and the world around us. Sekhmet wants us to come face to face with our true strength. Power does not come from passive-aggressive behaviors. We don't have to fear expressing our anger directly to an institution or a person who is acting unjustly. Sekhmet wants us to see that anger is an essential emotion, and she is the sacred call to move that anger from pure emotion into conscious action. She wants us to act with conviction and from love. She wants us to create the healthy boundaries we need so we aren't injured again and again, or so that we can free ourselves from a destructive pattern. It's time to end. We have a divine right to draw a sacred circle around us at all times. The protection we invoke for ourselves and others help move us from feeling helpless to taking loving action. So ask yourself, where can I create loving boundaries in my life right now? And then we also have Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So who is she? She represents the self-knowledge of who we are so that nothing impedes the flow of creativity from the soul. Her name is a fusion of the Sanskrit words for essence and oneself. Saraswati's name translates then as the one who leads to the essence of self-knowledge. She is a part of the Hindu goddess Trinity. Together, the Parvati and Lakshmi, all three goddesses help the trinity of Hindu gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, to create, maintain, and regenerate the universe. The earliest mention of Saraswati is in the Rig Veda, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, a collection of ancient sacred texts that date back to 1500 BCE. She is sometimes referred to as the mother of the Vedas and is understood to be the personification of knowledge. Students appeal to her for assistance on exams, and writers and artists pray to her to remove all the obstacles that keep them from being a clear conduit for the creativity that wants to come through them. She is considered to be a river goddess or a feminine deity with healing flowing waters. She is venerated as the goddess of music, the arts, and learning because of this association with waters that heal and purify. Her iconography often associates her with a white lotus, symbolizing the purity of wisdom her energy brings. So when you select her card, when we are aligned with the essence of who we are, then what needs to be communicated through us, whether with words or music or artwork, can flow. When our creativity feels blocked or stagnant, it isn't because the waters have dried up. We might fear this, but the truth is that self-awareness is the key to unlocking our creative flow. When we take the time to return to the essence of who we really are and nurture that essence, we realign again with the river of the expression that the soul generates. She is the reminder that anything we create that purifies us in the process of making it is a blessing. Our art should be judged not on popularity, but on its power to transform us. She is a call to return to the essence of our true self. The energy of her card is a charge for more self-knowledge, more awareness of our own unique soul and what our needs are in this moment. She leads us back to that finely attuned space where we can express with ease and grace what our soul desires most to share. And that energy feels like a river moving through us. It heals, it liberates, and it inspires others to return to their own essence as well. And that is the power. That's the power. When you are tuned into self and you are doing the things that are you're being called to do, that anger, that frustration, and we feel the stagnancy, but we feel like the well has dried up when really it's just this blockage that isn't wanting you to move forward, and it's like a dam waiting to break, and that's why we're getting frustrated. That's why all these things are coming up, and it's time for us to take accountability and to say that by being the example, by being the change, by being the light and the beacon for all to see, everything will naturally either fall away or follow. Don't forget how much of a leader you really are, Divine Feminine. So what is one word to describe the essence of your true self? And focus your intention on what that is, right? And allow that to inspire change, inspire creativity, inspire love and forgiveness. And if you have to unleash to get the point across, to say, these are my boundaries and I have every right to say no or to say yes. But that's my conscious choice. And you always have the choice to realign with the highest good for yourself. All right, guys. Almost done. It's going to be a long one. But I want to get some advice on what the Divine Feminine can do to create a more healthy environment for the life that we're creating. So we have bountiful nature, no more complaining, and detox your friendships, release jealousy, and then windfall of abundance. So there's this, and look, okay, obstacles and blocks are lifted and unlimited ideas. Use Saraswati's energy to remove those blocks so the creative energy can come in. And these are the things that are creating the blocks, okay? Because right off the rip, bountiful nature, you already have bountiful opportunities at your doorstep, okay? Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration. It reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. Now, yes, okay, a lot of us are still, dealing with social distancing and all these things. And thank you so much, Elizabeth, for your donation. I appreciate you. But we're also in winter here, so I understand there can be a lot of excuses, but make the time, make the effort. There's a lot of people who are, working with their plants now inside, or, even like you can go as far as bringing some sort of earthly things into your home, or just meditating on grounding your energy and imagining yourself in nature. Remember to connect, okay? Because Gaia's energy, when we are centered, our frequency is the same as hers. That's our Divine Feminine energy, okay? No more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. And detox your friendships, guys. No matter what relationship it is, your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and your relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. If that's a life you're trying to create, that's who you're going to have to surround yourself with. And it's by having enough respect for yourself to say, maybe I'm not the right person for this. Okay. Releasing jealousy. Jealousy is an affirmation that you do not have something, and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Let other people's successes inspire rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. And when you release these limiting beliefs, when you let these blockages go, there comes the windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. So if you have been asking for a sign of what you need to do to be in alignment, to get that ball moving again so you can start 2021 with a fresh perspective, or whenever you come across this video, I don't know, you are going to find this when you need this, okay? But if you are asking for what you need to do, because listen, so many of us are caught up on what other people need to do. What do you need to do to take back control of your life? What do you need to do for yourself to get more inspired? Right? These are the things. These are the things. You need to be more discerning about your personal relationships and with whom you're spending time and what you're spending time with, right? Are you spending all of your time with your phone stuck to your face, going through nonsense on Facebook, or watching way too many tarot videos of how do they feel about me even though they haven't called you back in months, okay? Are you complaining about your life and all these things, and every time something goes wrong, you want to like, woe is me? No, guys, listen. If something falls through, it's meant to. Okay? When you put forth your effort and you show up with an open heart and you receive openly, the universe is not going to take something from you that is meant for you. Okay? It's either not the right time or it is not the right circumstance. Don't keep feeling bad for yourself, because that's the negativity that's trying to drown you and block you out from receiving. Affirm you have everything that you need, because you do. It's right here. And you don't need to be worried about what everyone else is doing or who's in a relationship or how they're feeling or whatever the case may be. Because listen, if you see someone that's, really putting forth the effort and taking care of themselves, and you're, okay, use it to inspire you. Well, maybe I should do my hair more often. Maybe I should, take better care of myself and my appearance. That person is super successful with their business. Are you being fully dedicated to your business, right? Like, use other people's successes to build you rather than frustrate you. And if there are energies in your life that are constantly making withdrawals and not depositing back into you, then you have to ask yourself, why? Why am I the dumping ground, and why am I allowing people to constantly take from me, but yet I'm constantly feeling depleted? What sense does that make, guys? Take it back. Take back power, okay? And doesn't mean go start wars and all that kind of stuff, but it's so funny because the song that was playing right before I went on was, and I'll link it in the comments too. One Day by Matsi. I'll have to tag it. I can't say their name, but I'll tag that in the bottom in the comment section, because this song pretty much wraps like all of it. Are dreams, our hopes, the love, the balance, the protection, the fierceness, and, you know, getting rid of all this unnecessary bullshit because we keep feeding into it and then we're complaining about it. And listen, we need to be the change. We need to be the change. And I hope these messages at least inspire you to make a smidgen of a change for yourself today, because listen, all it takes is planting the seed to get the ball rolling. So however that works for you, but thank you for allowing me to get through this without making too much of a fuss with my stuff. But I love y'all. And just to let everyone know, you know, I'm going to be switching up my services coming the beginning of the year. And I'm going to be basically rebranding my business and also opening up other doors. And I'm going to bring y'all along with me because we family. So, but I thank you all so much for joining me today and allowing these messages to come through. Thank you for those that donated and those that continuously support my channel, whether that's through your likes, your shares, your comments, the donations, and personal sessions. I thank y'all so much for trusting me and supporting me throughout this process and just allowing me to be me. So, yeah, it's time to switch it up, guys. And I'm here for you always. And I love y'all so much. And I just shower you with all the good. Just remember how amazing and special y'all are. And listen, we wouldn't have come here in the divine feminine role if we weren't complete badasses. And we have the ability to change the art of the energy, right? We can navigate that energy at any time with our choices. So choose wisely. And you know, if you're feeling stagnant, don't be afraid to switch it up. But yeah, I love y'all, and I will talk to all of you soon. And for now, have a blessed day.